Emphatically, St. John repeated 3 times the words, remain in my love. Why so important? Because this is what God commanded us to do. Remain in my love. First thing, what is love? Is it a verb or a noun? It's both, yes. You cannot speak of love without putting it into action, which is a verb. And of course, you describe love as how you actually have to live it. Just like St. Paul in his letter to the Corinthians that said, love is kind, love is patient, it's never boastful, it desires the good thing for the other, and so many things. Because, in our understanding as we live in today's modern world, we've been confused with so many things. Love now is the most, I think, overloaded word in its meaning, the meaning of love. Sometimes you say, oh, I love to play pickleball. I love to see movie in this particular place. I want to eat in that restaurant, right? Or I love my dogs, right? So many things. And so also, at times we say, oh, I love to see him suffer. You use the term love with vengeance, right? You equate love with liking to do something. But here we are, St. John is giving us back to the original form of love, the deeper meaning of love. And that love is none other than God. So, yes, love is a noun whose name is God. God is love. We have to be reminded of that. Because if not, relationship that is based on emotion or feeling or romance, which we actually tend to equate love with, will not last. Easily, it will fall apart. Go back when you were younger, or even now, when you want to set the mood, a loving, romantic mood. You play a love song, right? What are those love songs you have in your playlist, right? It makes you a little bit young, inspired, empowered, of course, in love. But, as I said, when you base your love with just feeling and emotion and romance, it's easy to fall out of love, right? Think of those songs, your love song. There are more songs like this. The breakup song, right? A miserable life because someone dumped you. You want to be empowered and have a vengeful feeling because of that. Or you really want to go back into life. There's so many ways of overcoming that kind of failure in loving. Because we cannot just stop loving, because that is our nature. God is love, and we are created in the image and likeness of God. And so we are loving people. But wanting the person to suffer that you love to see, it's not love at all. It is a contradiction. And so, our love must also grow in our knowledge of ourselves and others, and then our capacity to love ourselves and others. And that is when you form a more substantial decision to commit yourself to the person, right? And then make a covenant till death do us part. What is the shape and expression of our love, right? How we relate love. Usually with this kind of heart shape, right? We get some cute or something like this, or I don't know, the other ones like this. I want to. Anyway, any form of love. But again, St. John said, remain in me. He didn't say, fall in love with Jesus Christ. No. Because it's easy to fall out of love, as I said. But the challenge is how to remain. Just like the gospel last Sunday, it talks about the branch always connected to the vine. And that what we should do. Jesus Christ raised the standard of loving. He said, love one another as I have loved you. How did Jesus Christ love each one of us? It is a love that is self-sacrificing, giving, even to the point of death. And so when you relate only love as a heart, no. Catholics should understand that heart is just part of the body. But Jesus Christ, St. John, saw the magnificence and of course the magnitude of God's love when Jesus Christ not just showed his heart, but when he stretched his arm and died on the cross. That is the standard of our loving. That is the symbol of our love, self-giving. Saint Thomas Aquinas, both philosopher and theologian, said, love is willing the good of the other. So if your loving is still about yourself, then you are not growing. The ultimate expression of love is sacrifice for the other. We have done so much of that with your family, with your friends, and sometimes it's hard. And so that's why it's easy to forget also that the husband or wife that you bowed yourself into in the beginning was a blessing, why it's now becoming a curse, right? And so that's why we have to renew ourselves so that it will give you the power to begin again. There are so many things that can go wrong with your married life, but there's only one thing that will make it right. As Jesus said, remain in my love. So from the very source of love, who is God himself, the very beginning and end of our love, we have to attach ourselves. And as a community, we have to bind ourselves together because we have one goal, one belief that this love is raised into the sacrament of marriage, where the grace of God will give you the power to humble yourself to ask for forgiveness, because you will always make mistakes with the person that you love. And so reconciliation must be given. Marriage is a union of two forgivers. When you are losing your inspiration, look at Jesus on the cross. When you're having tough times with your children or with your spouse or with your in-law, look at Jesus on the cross. When you have difficulty forgiving your husband or your wife or your children, look at the cross. Nothing is beyond that. The self-expression of giving himself. We need to renew our commitment always. You don't need to wait for anniversary to come, or you're 35, you're 45, you're 50 to renew your wedding vows. No. Inasmuch as you need to renew, you can just simply hold hands together, especially when tough time comes. I need you by my side. Let's renew our commitment. Okay? That is what I did, and I'm still doing it. Come May 31st will be my 7th year anniversary as a priest. And you believe that so far? It's so fast, right? And of course, I will not be here because tomorrow I will go back to the Philippines and be back on June 7 so that I could celebrate Mother's Day with my mother, right? My girlfriend. And of course, but yesterday I renewed my commitment to the parish, to Christ, to the priesthood that I've been given, because yesterday was my birthday, 47. But today I will do something special for all of you. For those married within 10 years, please stand. Be proud. For those who have married within 20 years, please stand. For those married for 30 years, please stand. Remain standing. Remain standing. For those married within 40 years, please stand. We're just getting started. For those married for 50 years, please stand. For those married within 60 years, please stand. Are there more than 70 years? This morning there was. But anyway, this is for you. You need to renew your marriage vow now. So repeat after me, hold hands and look at each other's eyes. And repeat after me. Kissing will be later, okay? Blessed are you, Lord. For by your goodness, I took. State the name of your husband or wife. As my husband and wife. I renew my commitment to be faithful to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love you and to honor you all the days of my life. And now you may kiss each other. Congratulations. I should have asked you to say the homily rather than me, right? Because that is the gospel lived of how to remain in the love of God. I know on your own, I know for my own, it's hard to be faithful. We have to attach ourselves to the great vine, Jesus Christ, the source of love, of forgiveness, of mercy, of inspiration, of renewing our commitment. In order to be fruitful, you have to be faithful, attached to the vine, so that when you are faithful, you become fruitful, you will become joyful. And that is the gospel for today, so that joy may be in you and your joy may be complete. And that is the key for us to overcome all the temptations, because as I said, there are so many things that can go wrong with your married life, but there's only one thing that make it right: the love of God. So continue on renewing as much as you need to, because you just don't know what your spouse is undergoing, okay? Or other people around you. We are one community and we have to support one another in this one goal of God to make us holy and happy. And this is how we show the world how to live our faith joyfully. Amen.